Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to be show how to migrate a Linux Hyper-V VM from Hyper-V to VMware. I'm using a free tool from StartWind V2V. So in this using this tool, we can migrate a physical system to virtual or a Hyper-V virtual machine to VMware or VMware to Hyper-V or from Hyper-V VMware to any one of the cloud like Azure or AWS. So in this, I'm going to be connect to one of my Hyper-V host. So the powered off virtual machine I'm going to be migrate now. So I connected to the host. Once I connect, it going to be list all the virtual machines. From this, I'm going to be select one of the virtual machine which I turned off and renamed with a VMware. So I selected that virtual machine and proceeding with an option like migrating to vCenter. So I'm giving my vCenter credentials, IP, then user ID and the password. So once I connect with my vCenter, it going to be list all the available ESXi hosts. I can choose any one of the ESXi host. Then I can choose the available data store. So here on top I'm going to be drop down and selected one of the host. Then I selected a centralized storage. Then VLAN I'm going to be select later. I can rename here also the virtual machine, and finally I'm going to be select the OS type is Linux. Once I initiate migration, it is going to be, we can see it is going to be convert the disk. First it going to be create the virtual machine, then after it start converting the disk to VMDK. It depend on number of disks in the virtual machine. In my server, in this server, there are a total 2 virtual disks. So it is converting the disk number 1 now. Once the disk number 1 is converted successfully, then it is going to be convert disk number 2. Now it is converting disk number 2. We can see the disk list of disks in the Hyper-V virtual, means the source virtual machine. In the settings, we can see how many disks are there. The primary disk which contain operating system is IDE. The secondary disk which is an iSCSI. Now the secondary disk is migrating. So once the disk means the server migration completed successfully, then we can turn it on. It going to be boot with the BIOS. So the same option we selected in the tool itself. So it is going to be come boot with that BIOS, where I just change the BIOS time. Then after I saved using that F10 key, then I am going to be turn on the virtual machine. Once the virtual machine is turned on, I'm going to connect it to that network module terminal user interface to change that network, because the Hyper-V NIC is not going to be support in the VMware. So I'm deleting the existing Hyper-V NIC card. So once I delete, I'm going to connect back to that vCenter and the virtual machine. Edit settings. I'm going to be delete the virtual NIC card. Again, I'm going to be add. The existing NIC card is 1000. So now VMX NIC I'm adding, which is the latest one from the Hyper-V. Now I am selecting the VLAN. My server VLAN is 53. I selected. Then after I'm going to be assign an IP. So I'm going to the network connections again. Then I'm going to be modify. I'm converting from automatic to manual static IP and assigning the static IP to this NIC. That's it for now in this video. So the server migration is completed successfully from Hyper-V to VMware.